Before you bring out some special guests, we just want to shout out our king. Chadwick Boseman was made a Disney legend.
Yes. Welcome back to WD Magiccast for week of September 11th, 2022. This is episode 194, WD Magiccast, the show about the mouse, the Marvels, the galaxy, and beyond. I'm your host, Matthew Graken. In this week's show, Dave and I talk about the D23 Expo and a majority of the announcements that came out there. My goodness, there was so much to talk about that we couldn't fit it all in. We covered as much as we could. Some things we had to omit. Some things we forgot about, like a Hatbox Ghost. But sit back, relax, enjoy. And in the meantime, I do want to take a moment here and remember that this is episode for the week of September 11th. I want to take a moment of silence for all those who lost their lives on that tragic day 21 years ago. Thank you for letting me do that. And now we'll be back after these words from our friends and sponsors.
Hey Matthew, Jim Hill here. I do the Marvelous Disney podcast with Aaron Adams over at the Jim Hill Media Podcast Network. I know, very humble sounding name. Anyway, I really enjoy what you've been doing over on the Disney Marvels podcast, but as you probably already noticed, the Marvel Us Disney and the Disney Marvels podcast names are very, very similar, which is why I imagine I keep getting mail for you. That's actually why I'm calling today. I wanted to know what you'd like me to do with all of these Yankee Candle catalogs, so please get back to me. And keep up the great work with the Disney Marvels podcast.
Thank you for those kind words, Jim. And make sure to check out Jim Hill on the Marvel Us Disney podcast with Aaron Adams to find out all sorts of wonderful things about Disney, well, Marvel, particularly what's going on with them. And Jim, those catalogs, I'll make sure to give you the forwarding address. And unless if you want to order something, go right ahead. And once again, make sure to check out Marvel Us Disney with Jim Hill and Aaron Adams wherever you find or listen to your podcasts. And now, on with the show. Just this past weekend, in Anaheim, California, there was a little convention that a few people went to called D23 Expo. This conglomeration of Disney fans, Disney personnel, Disney bigwigs, Imagineers, and so many people came and gave us many things to talk about that's going on within the company. To join me to revel in some of these surprising, not so surprising, and really surprising announcements is Dave Goldman, back to discuss many wonderful, wonderful things. Dave, thank you for joining me, especially last minute, because there is a lot to go through.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me back on. I saw the list of over 30, 40 things that were dropped, and I was like, holy cow.
And I'm sure I missed some stuff, because I missed as I was talking in the pre-show, I missed some of the video game things.
Right.
But there's 3 different little video game things that came out. Mostly focus on the movies. There was some stuff for the parks. I'm actually kind of surprised that there wasn't more regarding the parks. There was a number of things for Tokyo, Shanghai, and Hong Kong. I'm not going to get into as much about those. Mostly I'm going to we'll focus on the movies, the Disney Plus series, and a couple things for the local parks.
Mhm.
So,
All right. Sounds like a plan.
yeah. So let's try and get through this and see where we end up. So, like I said, let's start with the Disney movies. First out of the box, we have several announcements of movies that are coming. There was some previews shown to a couple of these things exclusively at D23. So us who were not at D23 sadly didn't get to see them. But some of the stuff we knew about that was coming out, some of these things are new or newer. First one, let's talk about the King. Mufasa, the Lion King, a prequel to the live action Lion King that came out just a few years ago. We knew that they were working on a sequel. There was talks about another one. Well, this time they went with the prequel, and obviously went the obvious direction with Mufasa. And I think this potentially could be good.
Yes, I mean it's hard to when you don't see any video footage. It's kind of hard to get a grasp on what we could be dealing with. This one caught me by surprise when you sent it because I didn't know that they were working on this one. Especially for the live action version. I will see it though, because obviously you want to see like how did Mufasa become Mufasa? So, but I don't remember, did the original live action Lion King, did it have humans in it? Because I'm wondering if they're going to put any human aspects into this one.
No,
or
just like
going to be straight animals.
Right, just like the original the Lion King animated movie, all animals, anamorphic animals. Well, he's talking for the most part. Same aspect with this, that it's just animals. Mostly it's all CGI. There a couple seconds of maybe live actual footage, but it's going to be mostly CGI. And what people have been complaining about, they are answering here that it's a live action, kind of a remake, but original story. Because the animated spin-offs off of Lion King, so Lion King 2, Lion King 1.5, the Timon and Pumbaa stories, and Lion Guard all take place, for the most part, afterwards.
Right.
It has nothing to do with Mufasa. This is new ground for the most part. So this is something that we haven't seen. So we're getting a live action. It's not a remake because it's a new story.
Right.
So this should be good. This should be good. I definitely would see it.
I'm on board. Yeah.
As much as people complain about the original Lion King, I thought they did a nice job with it. I enjoyed it. Visually stunning.
Yeah.
So as long as we keep up that quality, I'm down.
I'm with you on that. Because you know what they're making all the animated movies basically live action now. So some of them aren't as good as others, but I did enjoy the Lion King one, the first one. And that's why when I saw it, I was like, ooh, all right. I will definitely watch this one.
Yeah, especially, like I said, going with Mufasa. Yeah. We're going to follow that up with Inside Out 2. So that's going to be coming from our friends at Pixar. That both Mufasa, Inside Out 2 are slated for 2024 at this time. No specific month or day. But so we have 2 years to wait for those. Yeah. But I really enjoyed the first Inside Out. It came, strangely enough, I watched it when I was taking psychology courses in college, and that, like, wow, I could really relate and like pick things out of there. And just going back and watching that, to me, it's a fun movie, Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to have Bing Bong, who I really love.
Yeah. Yeah, Bing Bong causes problems because wasn't he the tearjerker at the end,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I cry candy.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, but it's still. I think there's more that we can explore here. Always getting into, and we have teenage daughters, a
Yes.
teenage daughter's mind, or wherever we are at this point
Mhm.
in the storyline.
Yeah, that's one that my daughter Inside Out too, because she loved the first one. So that's one that I would definitely have to take her to the movies to see.
Let's see. Then we also have. Yeah, skip that one. Um, Haunted Mansion.
Mhm.
So it's not going to be the Eddie Murphy one.
Yeah, that's why I was confused because I'm like, wasn't there already a Haunted Mansion
Yes,
movie?
there is. This one's going to be a little more grittier. They officially announced. A lot of people speculated on this, but officially announced Jamie Lee Curtis is going to be Madame Leota, the lady in the crystal ball.
Ooh, nice. Now,
Uh,
now I heard it's labeled a horror movie, slash comedy. How
Probably.
horror do you think they're gonna go with it though? You know?
Compared to the Eddie Murphy one, a lot. Compared to Scream, Friday the 13th, and actual horror movies, well, not so much Scream. I'll get back to that. Friday the 13th, Halloween,
Mhm.
it, not that to extent.
Okay.
But if you think of the original Scream movie, this is why I said I'll get back to the Scream. The original Scream movie is a horror movie, but it's also got
It's the
comedic
comedy.
elements to it.
Right. Yeah.
So could it be? Obviously, it's not a slasher
Right.
like
Right.
Scream is, but that's a perfect example of how you do comedy and horror at the same time.
Hmm.
So, in the Haunted Mansion ride in itself is you got some really dark and kind of creepy and disturbing things going on.
Hmm.
Then you get a lot of the lighter elements too. So
Especially when the ride stops.
yeah. But yeah, so you got multiple ways of going about that. I'm going to trust that this time they're going to do it right. I think now that we've got a lot more experience with Pirates of the Caribbean and some of these other movies, that they are going to go a little more uh, serious as far as attempting to make this not just put out a movie, but put out what they hope is a somewhat decent to good movie.
Right.
So it's they're looking for their next uh, Pirates of the Caribbean. Obviously, they thought they could do that with Jungle Book, and not Jungle Book, Jungle Cruise. I believe they're in talks about trying to get a sequel going for that one. This could be another avenue for that too. It's a beloved property in the parks.
Right. Now this one's gonna be it's a total reboot, right? It's not gonna have anything to do with the Eddie Murphy. Okay.
He should not be making an appearance in it. I could be wrong,
Right.
but it's not expected for him to be involved in it whatsoever.
Could appear as a ghost.
That's what I'm saying. I could be wrong. He may show up at the end of the movie. He comes knocking up because he's the real estate agent.
Yeah.
Hi, you're looking to sell. I
Oh
was
man.
just working on your neighbor's house and wanted to see if you would be interested.
Yeah.
That's I believe March of next year that's looking to come out. So that's coming soon. Strangely enough, in March, and you're not pushing it to October, but I wouldn't be surprised that it doesn't get pushed to a little down the year, depending on booking and slate of everything, because next year's going to be very busy in the theaters.
Yeah.
You also have from the animation side, Elementals. That's a Pixar.
Another Pixar. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, each character is a different element. So you had a little just stills, no real. I don't think
Yeah.
there was any
Nothing.
sneak peek on that one. Look at that one. You also have at the end of year in November, Wish, which the little synopsis that I read on that is, did you ever wonder where the wishing star came from?
Right. I think I read that too, where it's supposed to be like that wishing star's origin or something. And
Something like that. And then
yeah,
you see a girl reaching out to it. That's all we know.
and that they're going back. The animation is more of like the old school style or
Or like
something.
a hand drawn
Yeah.
in a
Yeah. So,
three-dimensional CGI.
right.
So it, not really knowing anything about it, I can't. It's hard to speculate. Obviously, I am gonna probably want to see it,
Right.
especially if they're going back with more of the hand drawn style. I do miss that, so that should be. I think in this type of context would work very very well.
Yeah, I mean, it could just be me being old. I kind of wish they would do that still. You know what I mean? Because you got your Pixar, you got the 3D animation that they can do now. But I like that classic old style, the way because
Yep.
you can still make that look beautiful on the screen. You know,
Oh,
but
absolutely.
but they've kind of gone away from that over time.
Well, different trends, different things.
Right. Exactly.
Then you also have, well, this year, coming out November of this year, you have Strange Worlds.
St. Yes, dude, that looked like a trippy movie, man.
It really does. It is. I can't really make heads or tails of
No,
anything about it.
right. I dare anybody out there watch the trailer and tell me what it's about.
It's sci-fi. It's got a lot of stuff going on, and I'm just like, huh?
Yeah. I was like, yeah, I was watching that one like, don't know where we're going with that one, but okay. It's a holiday movie. People will go see it.
Yeah, Thanksgiving movie. What do you
Yeah.
want? Speaking of, and then we have another one, Elio, which again know nothing about for 2024. And then the other one that I've danced around so far, but we got the first look, a very much true to its name, a teaser for Little Mermaid.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Visually looks stunning.
Yes.
I'm gonna comes out May 26, 2023. Visually looks stunning, and I'm gonna leave it there. What do you think?
For what, the 30-second clip that we had?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a long, it was a minute and something, but most of it was just watching sea creatures swimming in the water. And you see fins eventually, Ariel's fins in the background. Then you get a quick glimpse of Halle Berry swinging up, starting to sing something, and cut. Now, supposedly at the D23 Expo itself, they got more of the full scene of her singing "Part of Your World" or a good chunk of it.
Mm-hmm.
Again, not being there, missed out on that. So I can't comment to any of it
Right.
other than visually it looks good.
Yeah. And Flounder, I guess that was Flounder, right? Swimming up behind her, and
I think so.
that's all we got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we
We
Yeah.
have to wait. We have to wait till a second trailer comes out so that we can do a little bit better of a review of what this might be.
yeah, I'm trying to go in with an open mind on it. So yeah, we'll move on from that. So that's from our friends at Disney and Pixar, what they have announced or shown us so far.
Well, hold on. Did I see something about a Snow White? Were they trying to do a Snow White one or no?
Thank you. Yes, forgot about that. I don't know where that fell, if that was streaming. I don't think they didn't say. They didn't say which one that was going to be. I did forget about Snow White. Thank you. Yes. Gal Gadot, right? Wonder
Yeah.
Woman. And who was the other person? Because they gave us two of the actors from that.
So you don't know if that's going to be a streaming series or a movie.
I don't believe they actually really said, did they? I'm trying to see if I can pull it up here. Snow White. Not the Kristen Stewart one. 2023. Here we go. That's a 2023 earmark as well.
I
Live
mean,
adaptation of 37. Gal Gadot, Rachel Zelger, and Andrew Burnap.
and that's all it gives you.
That's all it says. Oh, the Tiana. There's one for Tiana. Oh, they didn't mention anything about Tiana. I don't see anything saying about how it's going to be released. Oh, now here actually says 2024.
2024.
Yeah, I was
That would
going to
make
say
more.
they're too far behind for it to be 2023.
Yeah, I was gonna say that would make more sense because we would probably know a little bit more if it was coming out next year.
Yeah. No, nothing that I'm seeing as of yet.
Because
So,
that would make sense because that's one of the last main princesses, right? That they haven't done a live action with. It's
getting
Cinderella,
there.
Beauty and the Beast. You know, they did all that.
Yeah, we don't have anything Princess and the Frog that just
Prince
came
and the
out
Frog,
not
no.
that long ago, but I mean, you're already doing Lilo and Stitch, so you might as well.
Wait, they're doing a Lilo and Stitch too.
Yep, that's
Wow.
coming to Disney Plus.
Okay.
In this, Snow White gal is playing the evil queen, which that's kind of where I figured she would be,
hmm
and that works. Jonathan, who's Jonathan? So Andrew Burnap is playing a Jonathan.
Jonathan? I don't
I
know.
don't know who Jonathan is.
I'd have to watch Snow White again to see. I know it's not one of the dwarves.
Yeah. She's younger. Where is she? Where do I know her from? She was in Hunger Games.
Mm.
Shazam. Oh, Hunger Games that's not even out yet. How am I supposed to know that? She's in the upcoming Shazam movie. Oh, she was Maria in West Side Story.
Okay. Yep.
There we go. So we know she can sing and dance.
All right.
Though it does list Snow White in post-production.
It says it's in post production.
Yeah.
Okay then.
Well, we shall see. It's coming within the next 2 years. It's coming.
It might be in a can a little longer for whatever reason, but
That's not the first time.
yeah.
But I'm approving of Rachel Zelger because she's from Hackensack. So she's from Jersey. How bad can she be?
Jersey love.
There we go. I support Jersey people.
Yes.
So yeah. No, thank you for reminding me of.
Yep.
Of
No, I thought I saw something on that, but that was the only out of the Disney movie realm that's I think that we covered all that, right? We're good on that.
On the Marvel end, we got a cast walkout for Wakanda Forever. I believe they showed an exclusive clip to the members of the audience. But you had everyone involved on the big ones involved in that film come out. And yes, Shuri is still in it. Angela Bassett came out. Ryan Coogler, of course, came out to talk about it. Who else do we have here? Technotch, the guy playing Namor. I cannot pronounce that name. Ureta.
Yeah.
That wow.
Yeah.
Anyway, he came out. Winston Duke came out. So you had a good number of Letitia Wright, of course, came out to stand in front of the audience to talk about it, talk about the missing Chadwick and what they were doing with that. So yeah, they're giving their respects to Chadwick Boseman. He was actually made a Disney legend. There's a nice long list of Disney legends. But the one I do want to center on is the Chadwick Boseman posthumous Disney Legend Award for his work. His brother gave this beautiful speech that I will not quote because I will not do it justice. You could look it up, I'm sure. So it was very nice, very humbling, and yeah, it's moving things forward, but it seems to be in a respectful way. But we shall see when we see the final product on November 11th.
Yes. And this is the one that I'm hoping brings balance back to Marvel. Like, you know what I mean? It's because this is the end of Phase 4, right? With this movie.
Yes.
So I'm hoping we get something good here. You know, but by the trailers, it looks excellent. So I'm hoping for big things on this one.
Yeah, I really like the first trailer. We're going to be getting some more real soon, and I think a lot of people, there's huge expectations on it. And again, they're bringing back Ryan Coogler, who did the first one. He did such a really excellent job with that. He earned, obviously, to make the second one. It seemed more like a passion project for him.
Right.
So usually that it's a good formula, but we shall see. We shall see. We also have the Marvels. They had a little preview about that, a little battle preview that they showed. That's coming out July 20th of next year. The cast came out. There's the sneak peek. We got a little bit of a plot about something about the three girls, the three Marvels. Their powers get connected, mixed up somehow. Something happens with their powers. That's going to be interesting since we Rambo's powers we haven't had that much of an exposure to know what they truly are.
Yeah. The third Marvel that was the one from what was that?
WandaVision.
I gotcha. Yep. Okay.
Technically, she's the second.
Right. Gotcha. True.
Ms. Marvel, Kamala Khan would be the third, and then Carol Danvers being the original. So, I think this is going to be fun. I think it's going to be enjoyable. I don't think it's going to be anything too crazy. It's just going to be a little fun team up.
Is this a standalone? I don't know. It's a dumb question, but is it a standalone movie, or is it going to have something to do with the whole overall arc?
It's Marvel. It's all connected.
It's all connected.
But
I should have known you were going to say that.
Yeah, I think for the most part it's semi standalone. But I mean, they could throw us a curveball with it too.
Yeah.
Speaking of curveballs, we got Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania coming out February 17th, 2023. Again, they showed a little sneak peek, so we didn't get to see that. So again, some of the cast came out to talk about it. It's you got some big things happening in that movie, and a lot of little things happening in it.
Yeah. Well, I think it was Feige because I saw a little clip. He said it's going, it's the start of Phase 5, and it's going boom right into right into Kang. So they're not gonna mess around with this one, you know.
No. Jonathan Majors was there to talk about it, but in such a very lighthearted way of not telling anybody anything.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
We had that. We have Captain America: New World Order. Mackie was out there talking about it. We have Danny Ramirez to be the new Falcon, and then we bring back. I didn't write down the actor's name, but the leader from, which was hinted back in the original Incredible Hulk movie in 2008. He's finally making his
debut.
Yeah. Just goes to show you, Kevin Feige has not just a 5-year plan, not just a 10-year plan. He's got like a 30-year plan.
Yeah.
We're going to show this character in this movie, and 20 years later.
Yeah. But
he's going to pay off.
Yes. And nobody's gonna know that he was in that other movie unless
14 years.
Yeah.
14 years later. No, by the time this comes out in 2024,
Yeah.
16 years later.
Yeah, these are two movies, the Ant-Man and Wasp and the Captain America. I'm really looking forward to seeing.
Yeah. Well, besides Black Panther.
Right. Well, Black Panther's coming out soon, so but I'm
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
like future movies.
In the long
those
run.
two. Yeah.
And of the ones that we know about.
Right.
And then you have the Thunderbolts. We finally find out who the Thunderbolts are. And we know all the characters.
Yep.
They're coming back. Some of them surprised me. I wasn't expecting everybody on this list.
Are you sad? Are you upset that Taskmaster isn't it?
I was quite dumbfounded by that one, to be honest.
The way you said it, I was like, that's got to be towards Taskmaster.
Well, you got half the cast of Black Widow in it.
Yeah. Right.
So you got Red Guardian.
Yep.
Okay. Red Guardian, sure. Ghost. Oh, nice to see her come back. I enjoyed her in Ant-Man and the Wasp. So,
yep.
And the way that Lawrence Fishburne kind of left it off, you kind of figured, may show up again.
Yep.
U.S. Agent, knew that. That's not a surprise.
Yelena.
All right. That's not where we expected to see her next, but sure, why not? Taskmaster. What?
And Bucky, of course.
And then the Bucky Winter Soldier. Okay. Huh? I wasn't expecting. I get. I mean, he's the most established character out of all of them.
Right.
And will be kind of the one to run and lead it, I'm sure.
Right.
So, I could understand that one. And Contessa, of course, we knew from the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, from Black Widow. She's trying to pull these characters in.
Right.
We now know it's the Thunderbolts, minus Thunderbolt Ross.
Did this have like a Suicide Squad feel to you?
It's such a potluck group. So, Red Guardian, who we were introduced in a jail cell as a Russian bad guy who kind of helps out in a good kind of way, but is a Russian bad guy.
Yeah.
Ghost, who was a bad guy, who converted. U.S. Agent, who was a good guy and converted to being something I can't say on a family-friendly show.
Right.
Taskmaster, that was kind of a mess. Yelena, who was not really a bad guy, not exactly, he's more of a good guy.
Right.
I would consider Yelena more on the good guy side.
Right.
The Countess, we don't know anything about.
No.
I still think there's some other alternative motives there.
And Bucky,
who was a good guy, bad guy, good guy. Yeah, we'll see about this. I definitely need more information off of this one.
Yeah, I'll see it. I like those.
I'm going to see it. There's no argument there. This is July 26, 2024. So we have a while. We have just under 2 years till this one drops.
Well, they got to get the Red Guardian. He's probably too busy filming Stranger Things and stuff, so they probably have to push it off for him.
Well, that's just about done.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what everybody else is doing. Yelena is filming something else as well. Mallory Pugh, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't no, that's finished. That's right. That's done already. That was a mini series that Sebastian Stan was doing, the Pamela Anderson and what's his name? Tommy Jones.
Tommy Lee, whatever. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Tommy and Pam series, but that was I think that's a mini series, so I think that's done. So yeah, that's the Marvel movie end. Lucasfilm, the only thing movie wise that we got going there is Indiana Jones 5. We still don't have a title for it. We have a date, June 30th of next year. There was a little bit of a sneak peek. Um, my understanding, Harrison Ford, as he was introducing and talking to the audience, actually got quite emotional about this. But everyone, from what they saw, seemed to be quite positive over it.
Yeah, you could tell if you watched the clip. Like, I didn't watch the full clip, but you could tell he was getting emotional. You could tell the voice was cracking as he was, talking. So
Yeah. It's he said this is probably I think one of the more fun movies. It was good to get back in the fedora.
the guy is like 70 though, so you wonder.
This. I'm not gonna say this is gonna be the swan song, but this may be the swan song of
Yeah.
him and for Dr. Jones. And then 20th century, the only thing really that of note there was the Avatar: The Way of Water. People got a 3D sneak peek of this December 16th release of this year. I don't know why I put 2023. It's 2022. That's coming out this year.
Yeah, it's this year.
In little snippet I saw, it says visually impressive.
Yeah. That's one I wonder how it's gonna do at the box office.
I'm very curious myself because half the appeal of the original one was the 3D.
Right.
That's really what was bringing people in over the story and anything else. It's a decent story. It's the Pocahontas story for the most part, just told in more of a modern way, the sci-fi way. This is trailing new ground. Sigourney Weaver is back. This is the other guy. I apologize again without having names, but characters are the main characters are back. It does. They said from the trailer, it kind of explained how that happens, and it feels relatively organic. It should be good. My curiosity is how is this? This may sound strange. How it ties into the stuff in Animal Kingdom. Because James Cameron was very hands-on on how that land was created and the storyline that's being told there.
Right.
Saying like the shaman at the end of the Navi River journey is going to be an important character, and we need to do this. We're doing it this way, and the theming about everything. So somehow that's all going to tie in to these Avatar movies.
Really?
Yeah. That's what was promised to us 5 years ago.
Yeah. That's strange. Usually the park, I would thought that section was developed based on the first movie. And then when the new ones come out, if they wanted to update it based on the new ones, they would update the...
No, this was already with the next several movies in mind. Because the Pandora is set after the first several years after the first movie, which is why you have a lot of the abandoned buildings and abandoned military equipment. And it's being conserved and brought back over and repurposed and all that stuff. So that's where this is kind of heading as far as the movies. So yeah, no, the land is more based on the upcoming movies than it was the previous movie.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that I did not know. Now this is the first. Like, he wants to do a trilogy, correct? So this would be the first of the new trilogy, or does he want to just keep pumping them out?
I think he wants to keep pumping them out. I think actually at one point he was talking 5 movies.
Oh wow. All right.
Which is great. You want to do 5 movies. Why do you take so long to get the second one out?
Exactly. He pulled a George Lucas. He was waiting for the technology to get better.
Yeah, pretty much. I think that was part of it. He had some other stuff he wanted to do. And now I think he wants to hit the ground running with this. Now that he got those other things out of the way, he could focus in on this stuff. On the Avatar storytelling. And gotta get that rolling. James Cameron's an interesting guy.
Yes.
That's all I can say. But as we know from watching Light and Magic, he's a big fan of George Lucas, so you may not be far off on that.
Yeah. Yep. That Lucas, he was on to something. I'm gonna do the same thing.
I'm gonna wait 20 years between films. The time is kind of against you on that one.
Yeah.
On Disney Plus side, on the Disney Plus side, Disney end of that, we had the Hocus Pocus 2 trailer for the Sanderson sisters coming back.
hmm Yeah.
Any thoughts on that?
It looks like it because I think it's coming out in Halloween around Halloween time.
September 30th.
It looks like a fun, goofy Halloween movie. You know.
Yep.
That's kind of that in a nutshell. I think I'll probably watch it. You know, my daughter. Will probably
I may come around. It's been decades since I've seen the original one. It wasn't something that really grabbed me at first.
Back then, yeah.
So, yeah,
That's-
I'm not against watching it. So
No.
I'll check it out.
I think the original came out in '93, so I was working at the movie theater back then. So that's kind of how I remember that one.
I was at a Halloween party and someone put it on and said, "Oh, you need to watch this." I'm sitting there watching. I'm like, okay. Okay.
Did you think it deserved a sequel?
Okay.
I'll take that as a no.
But like so many of the movies from that era, you look at Hocus Pocus, Nightmare Before Christmas, they did not do well in the box office at that time. They were not critically acclaimed, and no one was like really boosting it. And then several years removed from that, it starts getting this small little cult following to now that they've become larger than they ever were.
Yeah. Nightmare Before Christmas. I agree. It wasn't taken well when it was released, but once it was out of movies, all of a sudden it gained steam and just became this cult classic.
Yeah, once it came out the VHS, a girlfriend at the time said, "You need to watch this." I sat down and watched it. I'm like, "This is weird."
Yeah.
But she absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
So it not. I've mentioned it's not one of my favorites. I'm not saying it's a horrible film.
Yeah, no.
Just not one for me. But one that I am kind of looking forward to watching that either is going to be completely awful or it's going to be a fun romp is Disenchanted.
Yes.
That comes out November 24th of this year. Amy Adams, Patrick Dempsey, Idina Menzel, and James Marsden all back reprising their roles. Good to see Cyclops on the screen again.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Giselle's moving away from the palace life and finds a magic wand, and you find a random magic wand. What are you gonna do? You're gonna start making trouble.
And it looks like she
usually
does.
How that goes.
Yeah. No, visually it looks like it's gonna be a good series. We just got to wait till we see what the storyline is that goes along with it, I guess.
Right. One of the things I think that sold the first one is the music. Hopefully, it's got some nice musical numbers in it. It looks like there is some. Again, you have the talent. You can't miss. You don't have an excuse to miss the mark.
Right.
Then we got a preview for a better preview for National Treasure: Edge of History.
Mm-hmm.
That looks pretty cool, I think.
Yes, that's going to be interesting. Now, it doesn't have does it have anything to do with the Nicolas Cage ones?
I believe so, because I believe he actually makes a cameo.
Okay. All right.
There is, I believe, some sort of connection. I don't know what it is or how that plays out. I've only seen the first movie. I never got to see the second movie yet, and it's one of those that's on my list. I enjoyed the first movie.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I heard the second movie's pretty decent.
Yeah, it was okay, but it doesn't beat the first one.
Usually they don't. So interested to see how this series steps off and goes. But from my understanding, there is a connection.
Yes.
Then we have two projects that we didn't get too much about. We got the Peter Pan and Wendy poster that's coming out next year to Disney Plus, 2023. Live action version of Peter Pan.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have Iwaju. Iwaju.
Iwaju.
Thank you.
You got it.
Set in a futuristic version of Nigeria, sorry, and co-created by Kugali Media. This movie is scheduled to come out on Disney Plus sometime next year. It was a partnership thing that Disney created with Kugali Media, so we'll see what that's about. Again, it's just a still, so it's hard to say. Looks
Yeah.
cool, but know really very little to nothing about it. I'm saving one that I've been looking forward to for the end of the Disney version stuff. Is actually there's actually a few other things that I missed here. There's a Pixar series. Was it The Winners or something like that? There's a couple Pixar.
Oh, was that the baseball one?
Yes.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. Yes.
That's coming out. I think there's one other series I'm forgetting, but I'm going to jump straight to, like I said, there's going to be some holes in this because there was just so much information released.
Yes.
The Santa Claus, coming out November 16th, 2022. It is a series, very limited series. Santa Claus, Tim Allen, reprising his role. He's looking to retire. And I am hoping that this trailer is actually got the main clip in it is actually in the show of Tim Allen interviewing Peyton Manning for the position of Santa Claus.
Yes, this series, I got high hopes for this because there was 3 of them, right? There was 3 movies.
Yes.
I loved them all. I enjoyed every single one of them. So
Me too.
I hope they don't. I hope they don't drop the ball on this because, but I don't know. I can't see them doing that. You know, and we might get that bow on the end with Peyton Manning being the new Santa Claus.
Homaha. I called it audible.
Yeah. That would be awesome.
For those that don't know, I'm a fairly large, big Peyton Manning fan. I really like the guy. I love his commercials, and to see him in this, it just I put a huge smile on my face. As Dave could attest, I'm actually wearing my Peyton Manning jersey at the moment because the Broncos are playing the Seahawks or getting their butts kicked. I don't know what's going on right now. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. And it again should be fun. Like you, I watch those movies every year.
Yes.
They always put a smile on my face. So, on the Marvel end of the Disney Plus stuff, we got Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur animated series, actually coming to Disney Channel, and then will be on the Disney Plus streaming service February 10th of next year. So actually, strangely enough, not that far off.
Yeah, that one looks like it's aimed for the younger crowd.
It is. It is aimed for the younger crowd. Animation style looks it's a slightly newer version, kind of like the DuckTales, the Ruffers drawing. Actually, you know what? It reminds me of Jake Long and the American Dragon. Looks very much of that style of animation. Again, and that much of the target audience, which I still enjoy. I thought, I like that series even as an adult.
Yes.
So I think this would be, it's not part of the MCU. It's not something that's being taken serious, but it will be something fun to just kind of sit back and watch.
Yeah. Yep.
On the more serious end, they got a little sneak peek of season 2 of Loki. Again, some of the cast came out for that one. That's coming summer of next year. You had a brief introduction to Ironheart, which comes out late 2023. Echo, which comes at the middle of 2023. Again, a little sneak peek. You had the cast come out and give a little talk about it and how excited they were about that. More confirmation that Armor Wars will be happening.
Yes. Yep.
You
I
know,
saw that.
someone stole Iron Man tech, and kind of the chaos that ensues. No date behind that.
Yeah,
But it is
Dave Shadell. How do you say his name? Shedel.
Ed, Don Cheadle,
Sorry for
not Dave
killing his name.
Chappelle. Don Cheadle.
Yeah.
Though I would love it if actually Dave Chappelle shows up.
He might.
Can
You
you,
never know.
can you imagine Dave Chappelle in an MCU movie? Actually, I could. I really could see Dave Chappelle in a.
But no, he's supposed to go and finding. He has to go and find all the parts
Right.
to the Iron Man uniform. Yeah, there you go.
Stuff that was told.
Yeah.
But it's also going to be a direct sequel to the next one that I'm going to talk about, Secret Invasion, where we get our first trailer, and a decent trailer
Yes.
to this 2023, early 2023 series that's coming to Disney Plus. What did you think?
Phenomenal. I mean, it's just a trailer, but I want to Samuel L. Jackson, one of my favorite actors. So he just I'm not really sure. Is this when is this timeline? Like, where is this one taking place?
Now,
because
yes.
just seeing him without the did he shed the the Nick Fury uniform for whatever reason, because he didn't have the patch on in the beginning, and
Don't you remember anything that happened at the end of
at the end of what?
At the end of Winter Soldier?
Oh, well, it's been a long time since I've seen it, man.
Arguably one of the best movies in the MCU. Shield falls apart. He goes off the grid, kind of disappears. He popped up again in Spider-Man Far From Home.
Oh yeah, that's
but
right.
Turns out it wasn't him. We did see him in Captain Marvel, but that was years ago. What was it? There was one of the post credits, and I want to say it was actually even Far From Home, where they were saying, "Oh, well, Nick Fury's off world at the moment or something."
Right.
You go to the giant sword ship above the planet, above Earth, and he's kind of hanging out up there. Yeah. And that's kind of the last that we've really seen anything of him.
Yeah, but so it looks more of the. Because we've had the She-Hulks, the Miss Marvel, the young girl one, and it's kind of the series have more. Yeah, we're coming back to a serious show, and I love Sam, so I think this is going to be phenomenal.
This is like, to me, almost like an X-Files.
Yes. Yep.
Again, with the conspiracy, who can you trust? What's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Looks stunning. This trailer does what the trailer needs to do. It puts its hooks into you, and it's not letting go.
Yep.
It looks fantastic, and I wouldn't think anything with Samuel L. Jackson would be anything less. He's not going to sign up for another Snakes on the Plane. I'm sorry.
Snakes on the Plane too. But no, that cool shot at the end of the trailer where he got the patch back on. The ghost was all cleaned up and he just looking all bad over the camera. I'm like, yeah, all right, we're good.
Mother.
Yeah. I'm back, mother. No.
Speaking of being back, nothing to be shown on him because it doesn't come out to spring of 2024. But you had D'Onofrio and Charlie Cox come out for Daredevil Born Again.
Mm-hmm.
To remind you that, yes, it's coming. It's real. It will be happening. Then we finally, and I've been telling people about this for months now. It was promised by Jim Hill, and he was right. Werewolves by Night. I don't know how to take it. Is this whole thing going to be black and white? It's like a spoof and horror at the same time?
Yeah, I didn't know how to take that trailer either because it was weird. Is this going to be in the gory section of the Marvel?
Supposedly,
because that's what it looks like it's gonna be.
We got zombies in What If. Then they're doing a zombies series, so they're going to be pushing that envelope a little more and more. October 7th, this comes out. It's a Halloween special, so take it for what it is. It's a Halloween special.
Right.
Speaking of specials, though, I'm surprised we did not hear anything about the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special. But they're focusing more on the Halloween stuff, obviously, with Hocus Pocus and Werewolf, and we didn't get too much into December stuff.
They're seriously doing a Guardians Christmas special. Okay.
Yep.
Hey, I'll watch it.
Yeah, the premise apparently is they come to Earth, and Star-Lord actually gets to meet Kevin Bacon.
Oh God.
His hero. He finally gets to meet his hero.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Okay, I'm good. I'm sold.
On the Lucasfilm end for Disney Plus, we have where to start. Let me start with Mando, season 3. We finally get a little introductory on that one. Shows you very little, but it's Mandalorian.
Yeah, dude, I got the chills again.
Yeah, I'm hooked.
Anything Mando. And what I'm glad they didn't do is if there's any cameos or guests or whatever, not in the trailer. It's all the characters we've seen.
Right. I mean, there are some guest characters because you still have I remembered her name when I was watching the trailer. But the other Mandalorian group, the one from
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Clone Wars. She shows up. But you don't really see if anybody else is in it.
Right,
No,
you don't know if Luke's in it, Boba Fett, none of them got. You don't know if any of them are Ahsoka. You don't know if they're all back in. Sabine, right.
Which I was wondering if the one was Sabine or not, because it's the same colors, but she didn't have the markings over her mask.
Yeah.
Supposedly there was some Ahsoka. They talked about who Ezra is going to be played by, but there was really nothing else beyond that, to the best of my knowledge.
No update on Ahsoka? No.
No. We have another trailer from Andor. That's days away for first 3 episodes.
Yes. And the newest trailer, man, it gives you that. I hope it gives you that Rogue One feel.
Yeah, it's really pushing the floor of the expectations.
Yeah.
So that looks spectacular. Tales of the Jedi. It's going to be 8 shorts.
I think so. 6 or 8, something like that. It's not.
Yeah. It's divided. You get half of them are Ahsoka, half of them are Count Dooku. Looks good. Again, it should be fun. I'm thinking I'm gonna be upset whenever it's all said and done. That's all we got.
Yeah, because I think this was like a Filoni thing, right? When he was bored or he had downtime, he was just like scribbling these little things on a napkin or something.
Pretty much.
So, but it's in the Clone Wars animation style, from what I'm seeing.
You get to see a young Qui-Gon Jinn,
right?
Slightly younger Mace Windu. You see Yoda with more hair.
Windu. Right. And even Count Dooku, when he was young, like if you saw the trailer, he looks weird,
younger, yeah, a baby Ahsoka.
Yeah, but they're only like 6-minute clips, man. So that's, I mean, you're getting like a tease of like.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna be sad when it's all said and done. Like, no, I want more.
Yeah.
Something we are getting more of is Willow.
Yes.
That looks interesting.
And again, this trailer, like the first trailer was like, it's Willow.
Yeah.
This trailer opened it up, man. It made it look like they
stepped it up.
Yeah, they put some effort into this. It looks visually awesome. So I'm on board for this one now, because that second trailer made it look. We're gonna have some action going on.
Absolutely, I'm gonna have to go back and watch the movie from 1986, 7, whatever.
88.
88.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 88. I looked it up.
Yeah, I think you're not far off. It's the late 80s. Definitely have to go back and watch that again. And I enjoyed the original movie, so I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes. And again, it looks visually looks great. Looks like it's going to be a lot of action and just a lot of stuff moving along. Now on to park news. We have in Disney's California Adventure, we have a number of things going on. They are finally announced that, no surprise, they're putting in the third attraction to the Avengers campus. No name given for it, but you're going to be going along with the team of Avengers to fight off King Thanos, who looks really imposing.
Yeah. Sadly, I've been to Disneyland. I've never been to the Adventureland part.
Well, that just opened, so.
Yeah.
I've never been to either. Never made the pilgrimage.
Yeah.
I want to. It's not that I don't want to. I just haven't gotten over that way. You're also going to have meet and greets at the Avenger campus of the Hulk, which was the 3D print exosuit that they showed off a few years ago. This is now completely done up. He's in the quantum suit, time suit.
Yep.
Which I thought was weird, but I kind of got it because it hides the face. So you could have him talking and stuff. It's not showing the face.
Yeah.
Still, it looks amazing and cool, and it's massive. So it's not like, oh, someone in a big padded green suit. No, this is big and massive.
Yeah.
Then you also got in Galaxy's Edge over in California, Mandalorian with Grogu.
Ooh.
As walk around characters, and you get to meet and greet with them. I'm jealous.
Yeah.
I am really jealous.
That's not fair.
But here in Epcot and over in Disney World, we are getting back the meet and greet with Figment in a whole new sort of way, whatever that means.
It seems like out of all the parks, Epcot seems to be the one that they're revamping a lot.
Yeah, they showed. I'll get into that. Let me just.
Yeah, go ahead.
So we got also the Moana Journey of Water in Epcot. We're told it's going to be late 2023 when that finally opens up. Spring 2023 in the Magic Kingdom, you're getting Light Cycle Run. For Tron Light Cycle Run, it will be opening then. I was hoping that it would be sooner.
What park is that in?
Magic Kingdom, next to.
Yeah, Tomorrowland. That's right.
Yep.
I saw a clip on the Shanghai one. I mean, I don't know if it's awesome. I don't know if that's the one we're getting here, but if that's it, so. Man, that looks good.
Yeah. I believe it is. It looks like a lot of fun, nice and smooth, just a really cool coaster. No real flips or anything like that. Just a lot of twists and turns and ups and downs. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a nice attraction, nice addition to the Magic Kingdom there. We got a peek of the Walt Disney Dreamer statue that's going to be put into Epcot. I will definitely be getting my picture next to that.
Yeah.
Some sculptures from Moana Journey of Water. A new look, update look of what Splash Mountain, the redesign to that will be externally, nothing internally on that. Like I said, a lot of things for the Asian parks, the Zootopia Land. We got to see some of what that was going to be like. San Francisco, that's going into Disney California Adventure. That should be really cool. We got an introductory to the new Disney cruise ship. It's going to be the Disney Treasure. It's going to have its atrium is Aladdin themed. So you got that going on. And
that's a brand new ship for them?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's going to be the one following up on the Disney Wish. So we have the Disney Treasure. Supposedly a whole new design, even though it seems exactly the same as the Wish.
But, yeah, I saw a picture of it. It looks
again,
unless you're talking about the interior of it. I mean,
the interior. I mean, it's going to be similar but completely different. I guess that's where they're going. Sorry, I promised I was going to come back around something for you. Pie in the Sky stuff. There was a lot of we have these thoughts and things that we are trying to develop, but nothing's in stone yet. Things that they are discussing that they told us, oh, we are discussing this, but we don't know if we're going forward on it yet. Revamping Dinoland USA to Zootopia in Animal Kingdom. Possible bringing in some sort of Moana IP into Animal Kingdom. Pushing out the boundaries of the Magic Kingdom past where Big Thunder Mountain is and putting in another land, either a villainous land or Coco in some Coco and Encanto type areas.
Wow.
So these are the blue sky, pie in the sky type of ideas that they are working on. Again, nothing that they're saying is concrete, nothing that's absolute. The only thing that they said was absolute is Enchanted will end when the 50th anniversary celebration ends next March. And they're bringing back Happily Ever After, which will be enhanced. My guess is that they're enhancing it because you now have the Main Street projections. So they
Right.
will be expanding it that way. Which I would say will only just make Happily Ever After even better than it already was.
Mm-hmm.
And also Harmonious will be ending as well, and they will be bringing in some unnamed new show to Epcot for a nighttime spectacular. All this in celebration of the company's 100th anniversary. There was some talk of the 100th anniversary tour that will be going on in the museums. First stop of the leg is the uh, Philadelphia, the Franklin Institute. So we will be bringing that to you on this show because nothing is keeping me out of that. All the crazy Philadelphia Eagle fans and cops in Philadelphia, no, they're not stopping me. I will be getting into seeing that as quickly as I possibly can. That opens in February.
Mm.
So, hey, honey, guess where we're going for Valentine's Day? Philadelphia. And then it will be going to Munich, Germany, and also Chicago, Illinois, and many other unannounced spots as well on its tour.
Mm.
So a lot was kind of gifted to us, and like I said, in some things were a bigger boom than others. I don't think anything too much of a complete bust. Some things I wish we got some more information and some more announcements about.
Nothing on the Muppets?
We have the Mayhem. They were actually there.
Really?
The Muppets were at D23 and the Electric Mayhem put on a performance, but they didn't talk about the new show. There was just in anticipation of a new show. The new show will be out, I believe, next year is what the target is, but there's no effective date. And again, they didn't really talk about it, but the Muppets were there and they were performing.
Ah.
So that is awesome. I'll have to try and find if I can find a video clip of that because I would love to watch them perform live. Yeah, there was the Spider-Man 60th anniversary presentation that they did as well. Talk about the 60 years of Spider-Man and the evolution of the character, how the character started off, what the original plans of the character were to be, and what actually happened. How Mary Jane actually kind of came into the story and became the main interest, and that whole happened. But nothing like where we're going with that. Nothing in particular with the movies. Nothing beyond. Just more of a look back, a retrospect. So, yeah.
Yeah. That's a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Anything in particular that jumps out for you?
It's just the upcoming stuff, man. Ahsoka, Andor, man, the Star Wars stuff, man. That's my alley, and so those are the ones that I'm really looking forward to. On the Marvel end, it would be the Secret Invasion, and Black Panther coming up. Those are the two that I'm really looking forward to get through.
Yeah, for me, Mufasa piqued really grabbed my interest. We got a while for that, but a Haunted Mansion, I'm cautiously excited for.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe at one point I could figure out what Strange Worlds really is.
Right.
Wakanda Forever, of course. Indiana Jones, absolutely. Like I said, the Santa Claus, Disenchanted.
Right. The future's bright, and when you have all this stuff, but they have different platforms now. And you see how they're doing it. You got your Disney Plus stuff that they're trying to release to get the people to watch the app, and they're still trying to get people in the theater. So you're gonna have your motion pictures and stuff. So they're spreading it out on all avenues to get that almighty dollar out of you. And,
Of course. Hey, you wouldn't be a corporate American corporation if you weren't.
right. But you wonder, will it get to a point where it's oversaturated with stuff?
Well, and I think with Disney Plus, is it possible to do that? Yes, but you're more panhandling to a broader scope of audience than you are in the theater. Where in the theater you are competing against yourself. There's only so many slots, only so many screens that you could put something out with before you start cannibalizing your own product.
Right.
Now with Disney Plus, you can be a little more diverse in that aspect. These ones are going to theaters. We could spread this out over the year. And here's audience A, audience B, and that's what we're targeting. Everything else we'll put onto Disney Plus, and the audience is already built in, and they will find it, and you're not competing against yourself. You already spent the money. So you can watch this day one and that day two, or both of these in the same day.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not going, well, I only have $20. I have enough for one movie.
Mm-hmm.
Am I going to see the Marvels? Am I going to see Indiana Jones 5? Am I going to see Haunted Mansion? What else? Whatever else is coming out at that time. Which one gets my one movie? So now as you go see the one movie, then you come home and watch 3 others.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's kind of the beauty of it.
Yeah.
So they're starting to really figure out how to work that Venn diagram of this goes here and that goes there.
I think if they keep the pattern where they're spreading them out, they're not dropping everything on top of each other, where it kind of makes you feel like you have too much on your plate to watch.
I already have that, but yes.
You know what I'm saying? Well, I'll give you that, like the CW. I used to watch all their superhero shows on there, and it got to a point where it was way too many. You had the Flash, Supergirl, Batwoman. They just kept adding. Each year was a new show that came out, and I'm like, I don't have time to watch 10 different shows for 26 episodes.
No.
And
I think that's also part of the beauty with the Disney Plus is that they're, as much as we complain that they're only giving us 6 or 8 episodes, that we only have 6 or 8 episodes, so it's much more manageable, and we're still getting fairly full stories out of that.
Yeah.
Not having to go through 26 episodes.
Right.
So
yeah, I don't think there's been a series that I've watched where I felt shortchanged by it.
Okay, definitely gone with more Loki.
Well, no, I'm just saying, well, that's a good thing, though. You want more, but I don't think there was a one where it ended and you were like, huh? They should have just kept. I needed more explanation on something.
Right. No, for the most part, no. I mean, Loki, they ended it with the intent of that there's going to be more.
Right.
It leads into other things as well.
I guess what I'm trying to say is that they're good at closing out their series.
Right. No, absolutely.
But leaving you with that anticipation that there's going to be more, or there could be more.
Right, because even Kenobi, how that ended up, it's in a good spot that if that's it,
right,
I'm fine with that. If there's more, depending how you do it, of course, okay, sure.
Right.
But you're you're good either way after that last episode.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
So, and you know, all these guys, the people behind these productions are people that have earned a lot of our trust. Feige, um, Favreau, Filoni,
Mhm.
these people have definitely proven that these are the people that are going to give us what we want,
Yeah.
and tell us stories that we want to see in ways that we want to see them, and just do everything with precision,
Mhm.
just about. People say, "Oh, the past couple Marvel movies just haven't been up to quality and stuff." With how many movies, and now even added the limited series, how much content that they have put out since 2008, it is mind-boggling when you really think about the library.
Right.
So if some are, slipping a little bit, are not necessarily up to the standards that we as a audience has put, falsely put against the company, or that we've created. Okay, they can make some that are going to be not up to that standard that we want. Everyone's standards is different.
Right.
So, like, no secret, I don't like Black Widow. Some
Mhm.
people love Black Widow. I enjoyed Eternals. A lot of people didn't like Eternals. So, it's something for everybody,
Yeah.
and not it's not one shoe fits all.
Well, that's like me with Endgame. Endgame, I thought everybody loved. I was bored the first hour, So that for me that wasn't as good. The latest Spider-Man, I wasn't a fan of that because I liked the cartoon multiverse Spider-Man better than that one. So they're not all. Black Widow I enjoyed. I didn't put it. I wouldn't put it up as one of the top movies, but that one I enjoyed. So, but everybody's gonna have different tastes for these movies. They all can't be winners.
Right.
It's just that they came out the box swinging with all these great one movie after another, and then you just get spoiled and expect them to all be good. But that's not going to be happening.
No, and they keep trying different things, and again, some people will like this more than some of the others. And I've said many, many times over and over again, even the worst Marvel movie, any other studio house would die to
Yeah.
have, would kill to have that movie, because they would love to have something. As much as people are complaining about Thor: Love and Thunder,
Hmm.
you're still talking about a movie that's made multiple hundreds of millions of
Yeah.
dollars
Yep.
in a post-pandemic world, where people are very picky about what they're going spending to see. And for a movie that everyone didn't like, it raked in a lot of money.
Yeah.
What
Yep.
studio wouldn't want that? They
Yeah.
don't care what you have to say. They want the money. And if they could create something, and if another studio made a movie like that, probably would have gotten a much higher rating.
Yeah.
But because it had that Marvel standard on it, it's like, oh, okay, whatever.
I know it's the other team, but when you think DC would want to have that standard,
They would be begging.
Yeah. Every movie they get,
They would
everybody's
sell
ripped
their own
apart.
mother for it.
Exactly. They can't make a decent movie. Every movie comes out gets ripped to shreds. They would love to have the Marvel.
And to think, the movies that they had slated to come out, they're having trouble to release, because it's like, oh wait, now that because of what's going on with this person, we can't release this
We
movie.
have to hold the whole future is in flux now.
Okay, Aquaman 2, we should be safe there. Oh wait,
Nope.
Amanda Hurl is in. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
All right, we got the Flash. Wait, what did he
Uh-oh.
do?
Oh crap.
You mean the other? No.
Uh,
Oh. Well, Batgirl. Oh wait, no, wait. We wrote that one off. We lock that away. We can never show back
hey,
Batwoman.
they still have Peacemaker though on HBO Max. I love Pete. That's probably for me. That's the best of all the DC stuff. was Peacemaker, but that's a different thing.
I'm not a family, not for everybody.
No.
But maybe I'll get around to watching that one too.
Yeah.
All right, Dave.
All right, man.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
We'll be doing this soon.
Yeah. What we got coming up? Andor, probably, right? In a couple weeks.
Let's see here. Where are we? Yeah, I think Andor would be. That's the 21st. That's gonna be tough.
Oh, and it's a week from tomorrow. I mean, a week from Wednesday. Yeah. It's almost here.
So we might have to do something else before that.
Because, yeah, I got you. I know what you mean.
Unless if we release date, I'll figure it out and just follow on social media to find out what I've come up with.
You got it.
All right.
All right, bud. Always a pleasure. Thanks for having me again.
Always. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you again to Dave for joining me this week as we talked about as much as we possibly could for the D23 Expo 2022. I forgot to mention the Hatbox Ghost. My gosh, I forgot to mention the Hatbox Ghost is coming to the Haunted Mansion in Walt Disney World. There was another one. I said it. It's done. Been in the show. There we go. What was some of your favorite announcements? Let us know. Join the conversation on our social networks. Our Facebook group is facebook.com/WDMagicCast. On Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, we're also at WDMagicCast. You can leave a voice message through the Anchor app or Anchor.fm website, or record a message electronically and email it to us at email@WDMagicCast.com. You can also email us any questions or suggestions you may have to that address as well. Links are in the show notes. I want to thank you all for your time. I know how little time we have these days and how crazy life is. But the fact that we get to spend some of this time together really means a lot to me. A lot to us over here at WD Magic Cast. Oh, we keep asking. And I know we ask this every week, but it's true. It is simply true. Please, let people know. Share it out on the social networks. Let people know that you're listening to WD Magiccast, where to find us, and be sure to leave a rating and review for us. Rating and or review. If you're feeling real frisky, you can do both. If not, just leave us a rating. We have all 5-star reviews at the moment on the podcasting feeds between Apple Podcast and also Spotify. Again, truly blessed. Thank you so much for doing that. But keep them coming. We need more. We could always use more, and we need more to help this show grow. Apple will do its part in promoting the show and getting more people to listen. Spotify will do the same. The bigger the Disney family, the better. Won't believe it, a big Disney family, and so do I. And, like I said, tell people, tell friends as well. Don't forget to subscribe while you're at it. This way you always know when new shows are posted. And while you're at it, consider becoming a premium subscriber. Really help the show out this way. Keep the lights on. You can do this over at anchor.fm/WDMagicCast/support or find our Patreon page. You can also check out our merchandise shop where you can get yourself some cool, fun WD Magiccast gear. Links to all these are in the show notes as well, because remember, this show is brought to you by listeners like you. With the Chinese adage, the old Japanese adage, in Japan, broken objects are often repaired with gold. The flaws is seen as a unique piece of the object's history, which adds to its beauty. Consider this the next time you feel broken. Be your own hero, never give up, never give in. And I'd like to end this week's show with a quote from Walt Disney himself. I've been up against tough competition all my life. I wouldn't know how to get along without it. Again, that's from Walt Disney. Thank you for listening again, everyone, and I'll see you next time.